For as long as I've owned this car, I've not had reverse lights. And I don't know if I wired it wrong, I don't know if I messed something up when I put it in, but they just have never worked for me. And it just so happens at Headwaters Rally, I was driving this thing doing a lead car roll, so kind of like a course open roll. And the cars had already gone through for one run, and it was super rutted, and I bottomed out really hard at Cabacona Road at the intersection of Parkway, and it ripped my reverse switch apart, which the reverse switch hangs down underneath the transmission, like straight down like a finger. So I don't think it's reasonable for me to have a reverse switch, stock reverse switch in this car anyway. I'm not going to worry about fixing the original system. What I have figured out is I want to do an auxiliary reverse light. The original plan started by using a single speed wiper switch and moving it over to the lighter hole. So I put in the cigarette lighter hole, and I can use this as a normal switch for stuff. This is not hooked up to anything right now, but I realized that if I have a reverse light, I kind of want to know if it's on. So I'm not driving around on the highway with a bright 35 watt light behind me. So I think this one is going to be the better one. It's a little toggle switch that I use for a safety light, a kind of rotating like cop light for rally stuff. If I can see a light and I know the reverse light is on, it's probably going to be a safer situation for me. I can use the wiper switch for a different purpose. So I went on eBay and I found this cool fog light. It's a 35 watt fog light. Here's the part number, and it comes in amber or clear. I got a clear one. It looks awesome. So it's got a little ball and socket thing here like normal, and I was going to mount it underneath this green tape here, and it was going to hang out right here, but I was going to have to weld a bracket on behind the bumper and potentially mess up the chrome, potentially mess up my vintage bumper sticker. Then I realized that there's actually a hole in the bumper right here that is close enough to where I was gonna go that I can hang it down below. And maybe this is gonna be in the line of fire. We will see, we'll find out, but I think I'm gonna mount it there, and the light wasn't that expensive anyway, so if I totally mess it up, it's not that big of a deal. It's not a vintage item. Let's mount it up here. I got this little grommet that should help this disc form to the curved bumper, and we'll see how it goes there. That's definitely where it wants to be, but it's squishing the gasket out weird, so I think I'm just gonna have to crank this thing down and let the socket thing conform to the bumper. So I'll have to take that off. It's kind of a pain to screw stuff in there because you gotta stick the wrench all the way up, but hey, I think that's gonna work. And then if we look at the line of our tire to our skid plate, the line is just about here, so we might actually get lucky and not scrape it on stuff, but I guess that remains to be seen.